welcome back to Hold My Popcorn Mini-Ep edition.
Mini-Ep.
Mini-Ep. Yeah. I'm Max Ely in Nashville. In Boston's Timmy again. How are you, Timmy boy?
Doing well, Max. Big news on the Tim front. Very big news, in fact. The biggest news that one could ever really receive as an adult. I have Honey Nut Cheerios in the cabinet right now.
Oh,
and
boy.
Those are great. Those are my favorite cereal. The biggest news around.
Wow.
Also, my wife's pregnant and I'll be having a baby in September. That's like third tier news stuff.
Oh, fuck. Hit the wrong button. God damn it. You know, Tim? Jesus Christ. That was a mistake. I'm going to have to switch my headphones over. I was trying to do the rap horn, and I have my Bluetooth earbuds in, so it went straight to my phone, and then it went straight into my earbuds, like super loud for a rap horn, and then it cut off all the audio to you. that didn't work out.
So now you're deaf.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, let me just switch this over. Make sure that doesn't happen.
All right.
And this has resetted my recording like 5 times, but it's fine. We'll figure it out. It's all good. Jesus Christ. Well, I really blew that one for you, Tim.
Well, it's okay, Max, because
Honey Nut Cheerios, though, huh?
Honey Nut Cheerios, Max. It's an important staple of a well-balanced breakfast. I think, and the American Society of Cardiac Doctors agrees that it's an important part of a well-balanced breakfast because it's heart healthy for you. And yeah, that's what I think about Honey Nut Cheerios.
As your wife stands up and just walks out the door.
Yep. As she's immediately says, I'm taking all your money and I'm leaving you. Joke's on her. I don't have any money. So, joke's on her. And the baby that we'll be having in September. Joke's on that thing, too.
Well, I mean, so we've had a couple additions since our last episode. Our occasional co-host, Paco, had a baby girl.
Yes.
Derek was giving us a play-by-play for about a month leading up to the birth of his daughter. And meanwhile, Bill and Sam had a kid in between then and just didn't tell anybody.
Derek gave 15-minute updates. He was literally had more cameras in the birthing room than Fox has on a Super Bowl game.
Or a woman's bathroom, yeah.
Or a woman's bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
And Bill, he pulled a Ron Swanson.
He's like, oh yeah, by the way, Sam and I had a girl the other day. Jesus Christ. Now the movie's playing. What the fuck? This has been a hot start.
Hot start. Hold my popcorn. Hot start. Hold my popcorn. Here we go.
Got jeez. Oh boy. Anywho. Yeah, what else happened?
I need to get some Tums. I'm going to do that real quick.
Do it. Speaking of hot starts. So I had an Italian hot sausage for dinner and I'm still sweating.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of
that's what's called health, dude.
Mm-hmm.
If you're sweating, not because it's that hot after dinner, that's how you know it's a good meal. That's how you know it's a hearty, nutritious, vitamin-rich meal.
Yep. If you're not sweating or need Tums, you're not doing it right.
Right, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of sweat and Tums, the fact that Derek has been permitted by the government of these United States to care for a child, another human being, is, I think, the economy, the border, those are all important, but I feel like Biden needs to get on this because this could be a real serious thing for the society here.
Yeah, more Brady's around her. It's a little scary.
He sent me a video, a 5-minute long video of just his daughter farting.
Yep, I got that too.
Yep. And I just remember being like, for the first 2 minutes, I'm like, all right, it's funny. And it just kept going.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, why would anyone have sent this?
Why would anyone finish this video?
Right. But I finished it. Because like meals, I finish all videos. Yep.
So as far as other news goes for people, Preble's getting married in a couple of months. John's in school. And then, big change for me is that I've been drinking so many Bud Lights that I was successfully able to transition into a woman without any kind of gender reassignment surgery.
That's, interesting fact there. That's because all the estrogen they put in the Bud Lights.
Yep. And I was asking for extras when I was getting them last week, too.
Yeah, that's a lot of the best bars. What they'll do is they'll give you a Bud Light, they'll open it, and they'll drop an estrogen pill in there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Kind of like a tab of acid or something, but it's just estrogen.
Yep.
And then what that does is it shrinks and sucks your balls right up into your stomach, and then they flower into ovaries.
Mm-hmm. And the regular Bud Light already gives you the tits, so that's just working in overtime at that point.
Yeah. And what was the whole Bud Light thing in all seriousness? Like, what even happened? I just woke up one day and everyone's like, fuck Bud Light. And I'm like, what is happening?
They had some, like, a spokesperson for them who's transgender, and people were just furious about it.
So, like, there was just a person who's transgender who was like, buy Bud Light.
Yeah,
and people were like, fuck this.
Fuck that, I'm not buying that shit now.
Are you serious? How did people even see this? I mean, I feel like there's so much shit out there, and people are so in there, like, the algorithms only show them,
It's because I think the algorithms for all the people that are just super angry on each side of that, they start getting the videos of, like, Kid Rock, like, just, like, mowing down cases of Bud Light.
Oh,
people
my God.
who love Kid Rock and people who hate Kid Rock are getting those, and then it just spread like wildfire.
What's Kid angry about now?
Oh, man, I gotta get down on this. Why is he shooting Bud Light for?
I think the funniest part is that there are people out there who look to Kid Rock's Twitter feed for current events.
Yep. Something else.
Fucking Bud Light, huh?
No joke. So I was at this after party in Vegas last week, and people were afraid to get me Bud Light. Like, when it was like their turn to ask if anybody wanted a round, I'd be like, yeah, can I get a Bud Light? And they were just like, their eyes would bug out of their head. One of them came back with a napkin wrapped around the logo. Just like, are you fucking kidding me?
Really?
I called the guys like, you think that we're the snowflakes? Look at you. It's like, what is Bud Light too fucking scary for you?
So he is like a conservative dude, and he's like,
well, he's just, a 50, 60-year-old man. So I guess that's just 95%.
Dude.
Yeah, that was something.
Could you imagine?
Oh, I saw it. It was something else. In me asking for sides of estrogen pills with the Bud Light is not a joke. I did ask for that.
Well, that's good. That's good. I mean, I've heard that they're giving kids Bud Lights now to turn them into ladies.
Yep.
Only
in the blue states.
Yeah, well, Biden. That's it's part of Biden's healthcare plan.
Mm-hmm. Make everybody women. Well,
okay, go ahead.
So, go ahead. Speaking of Vegas and transitions, let's change the subject here, and I'll brag a little bit about attending CinemaCon in Vegas last week before we kind of get into our little subject here. So, are you familiar with what CinemaCon is, Tim?
I'm not, but I assume it's like Comic-Con for the movie industry.
In a sense, yeah. So it's like a theater industry conference. Takes place in Caesars every year, and basically all the studio executives, all the distributors, all the movie stars, they show up to just promote a new slate of movies. So distributors can go there and they'll meet with the theaters to book their upcoming film slate, and then they have a big trade show. It features like every aspect of like theaters, from like concessions to digital tracking to like manufacturers of speakers and seats, just everything. So for me, I was able to just meet with a bunch of the theaters. But then also the studio heads, they do presentations at the Coliseum, which holds like 5,000 people. And they'll talk about all their like past successes and then all their upcoming stuff. And then they'll bring the stars out to hype it up. And the thing too is that they don't allow phones in there. So it's kind of a closed door thing.
Right.
Yeah, there's only so much you can kind of talk about. So I got a little bit of a recap of just some of the things I saw there. So, all the major studios present all of their screening stuff. So like, like Universal and Paramount, Disney, like all those guys are there. The CEO of Warner Brothers, David Zaslav, he, told the audience that all the movies are going to be getting released in theaters. Like none of them are going to be going to streaming first, which was great.
Mm-hmm.
They were just shitting on Netflix. Everybody's kind of just ganging up on them. They weren't even invited. Netflix.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's pretty cool. And then I'll just kind of go over some of the celebrities I saw there. So the first one I saw, so Oprah was there.
Oprah?
Which was, yep. She did a Q&A panel with the cast of the new Color Purple movie that she's producing.
Yep.
It's going to be a musical. And she came out, like she's never been to CinemaCon before. She came out in like the most Oprah way possible too. Like the first thing she says when she walked on the stage was, CinemaCon! I'm like, oh my God. It's like, that's Oprah.
Did like people get win cars for shit under their seats?
I was looking for one. I didn't see anything.
Yeah.
I think they made some jokes about that, but that was cool to see her there. And then Ryan Gosling and Margot Robbie came out to promote Barbie, like an extended clip. It's probably like 20 feet away from Margot Robbie. She looked great.
Yeah, I've never thought she looked that good. To be quite honest, Maxwell.
Ugh.
Yeah, I could literally feel your boner from across the country.
Yeah, and she was in like a
it.
Barbie's like little like dress up too. So
yeah,
I mean Gosling being right there, right next to her, that certainly helped things too.
Right? Could you imagine just like the overweight, like just middle-aged dudes who are just sitting there like just balls, like they've sweat through their underwear, they've sweat through their pants, and they're just sitting there like, oh, just the leering eyes at her.
Don't jerk off.
Yeah.
Don't jerk off. You'll get fired. Yeah. Don't do it.
Don't. Who's the guy from CNN? Jeffrey something. Toobin. Don't jerk off, Jeff. Don't go jerk off, Jeffy Toobin. You could do it.
No, Jeffrey, no.
Yeah.
Denzel accepted an award. I wasn't there for that one. Same thing with Jennifer Lawrence. She was there too. Who else? Some of the people for Dune 2, so like Timothy Chalamet and I don't know how you say her name. Zendaya?
I don't know.
I don't fucking know. Just shows our age. Jack Black was there to promote Kung Fu Panda. And for that one, like he's like, all right, here's a new trailer. And then somebody like came up on stage and like, whispered, and you can hear him. He's like, there's no trailer.
Yeah.
It's like, what's that? There's no trailer. He just goes like, well, shit. It's like, well, I'm just going to interpretive dance and reenact the entire trailer for you. So he just kind of goes over the whole plot of the movie, doing like little, like, Jack Black panda moves during it, which was pretty good. Emily Blunt and Gosling came back out a few days later. They promoted some action movie that I looks fine. Justin Timberlake and go ahead.
It's fine.
It looks fine. It's like I gotta go. I have to go to something else, and I actually left for that one. John Krasinski came out. He promoted like a new movie he's doing with Ryan Reynolds, and then The Quiet Place prequel. Showed a trailer to that looks spooky. And then also Justin Timberlake and Anna Kendrick came out, which was pretty funny. I'm not like a huge fan of Anna Kendrick, but she was like laugh out loud funny.
She's got weird legs.
Yeah. In a mouth. But,
yeah. I honestly, that's, I think if anything comes out of this podcast, we should all just be aware Anna Kendrick has weird legs. And, because that's really what this podcast is all about. It's all about it's just about picking apart people's physical appearance, things that they have no control over, tearing them down brick by brick because of it. That's what we're here to do. So
out of resentment and spite.
Exactly, Max.
That's how we do it.
That's our mission statement.
Yep. It's coming from the worst part of us.
Yep.
To your ears.
Yep. Exactly.
But for her, like she kept on just making like in sync puns and jokes to Timberlake, and he was playing along, and then he kept on kind of like fucking up his bit, and then at one point he just looks at the audience and he just goes, "I'm high," and like continues to try to do his bit.
Yeah.
Will Ferrell was there with this new movie that he's promoting with the dog that he's playing, and it's basically going to be like Homeward Bound but R-rated.
Hilarious.
Which looks pretty good.
Yep.
His owner's Will Forte in it, so you'll enjoy that too.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. So his whole goal is to bite his Will Forte's dick off, basically, after he gets like abandoned.
I love it.
It's called Stray, so you'll have to look up that trailer later,
Yeah,
Tim.
definitely.
Like it just starts with like, you know, Will Ferrell as a dog, like going into like trying to walk up the stairs to the house, which is all just like cinder blocks for stairs,
Right.
and then Forte comes out with like a tall boy. He's like, "The fuck you want, you fucking piece of shit?" And he just like throws a beer at him. The dog. Rihanna showed up just in her like now, you know, permanent state of pregnancy.
Yep.
Yep. She's promoting some new Smurfs movie that she's in. She's very tall. Seth Rogen came out to, I guess he's going to be producing this new Ninja Turtles movie.
Mm-hmm.
So that's cool. What else? Bunch of Fast X people came out.
Oh, God.
Yeah, Tyrese couldn't read the teleprompter.
Well, he can't read.
No, he can't. He said that just as much. He's like, I didn't graduate high school. I can't read. He was like putting, you know, his hand to his eyes, just trying to read the teleprompter during it. But then Vin Diesel came out after that and improvised like a 10-minute speech, which was at first like he was taking huge pauses, and I was just like, why is he dragging the song for so long? And then I realized he wasn't reading anything, and it was a lot more impactful. And his little speech was actually pretty good. And then one of the coolest ones was so Martin Scorsese did like a luncheon, and Leo came out to do the interview for him, which was really cool.
Yeah.
That was a nice
You
surprise.
sent me that picture.
Yeah. That was pretty sweet. And then
did Leo get carried out by his 19-year-old girlfriends?
No, I think as soon as it ended, he was the first one out the door.
Oh, I'm sure.
He just sprinted out of there.
Yeah.
And then, you know, they debuted like 20 minutes of footage for the new Mission Impossible movie that looked pretty fun and exciting.
Sweet.
Yeah. Have you watched any of the new ones?
No, I haven't.
Oh, you got it, dude. They've gone.
I got to?
Yeah. So the second one's awful, but all of them since then, since number 3, they've gotten like progressively better. Like the most recent one is like one of the best action movies I've ever seen, and probably has like my favorite like action sequence of like any movie ever.
All right. Do I need to watch them in order?
No, but I think it's the most recent one was part 7. You probably want to watch part 6 before then, but when I saw it, I didn't.
I like how you're just like, why wouldn't you watch them in order?
I mean, if I'm saying that they're good, they get better. I mean, you might as well.
I'm just like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Can I watch these like Law and Order Max? Can I watch them in the most random configuration possible? That's how I like to watch things.
What if I started watching it an hour and 20 minutes in? Will I get it?
Max, what if I watch the last 5 minutes of the movie? Is it still good?
And then the last one was I was able to like attend the premiere to The Flash, which was cool. So,
sweet.
Yeah. So that was really cool. Some laugh out loud moments, which is rare for DC movies. Ezra Miller does a good job, despite being a complete psychopath of a human.
Who's Ezra Miller?
Ezra Miller is a person that's playing the Flash that has been like arrested like 15 times for like stalking 13-year-old boys and girls. And
what? Hold on.
It is like, I had to catch myself up on some of the Ezra Miller shit, and it's like laugh out loud funny, some of the stuff that they've done.
Wait.
It's gender pronouns, they, them.
Why is he stuck? Oh my God, this guy is scary.
Yep.
Or did I just make a faux pas?
See, like it was like killing my brain the other night when I was trying to talk about Ezra Miller. And to the point I just had to just keep on saying Ezra instead, because I just naturally just want to say he or him.
Well, I mean,
what you gotta do?
he looks like a he.
My favorite one from that is Ezra was stalking some neighbor, like a 13-year-old boy. That like the first time he came to the house, he had a bulletproof vest on and a gun. And he's like, I want to talk to your son. And then the second time he came over, he was in a full cowboy dress up and was screaming at the mom because he wanted to buy the kid a horse.
What? So he's insane, though.
Yes, insane person.
Like, he must be diagnosed with something.
Like schizophrenia or something, or bipolar disorder and depression. And I guess Ezra was a huge issue on set. And
sounds like he's a huge issue all over the place.
Yeah, they probably won't. It's got to be a while until they're in another movie. But Ezra was good in it. He kind of, or Jesus Christ, I keep fucking that up. You kind of forget about all the craziness watching it. Like, they do a good enough job in it. I mean, there's a scene in the movie where the Flash is like accidentally like goes into the middle of the city completely naked. And I just leaned over to the guy next to me and I said, this is hitting too close to home. It's too much like Ezra.
Yeah, I think that was just B-roll.
Yeah.
They shot when he was going crazy.
But Michael Keaton as Batman, again, was awesome to see. Like, I never would have imagined seeing him in a suit again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was awesome. And then, Ben Affleck's in it for a little bit too as Batman. And there's a bunch of other cameos that got people excited, but Keaton steals every scene.
Well, yeah, because he's Michael Keaton. And Ben Affleck is dumb.
I'm Batman. Well, even I mean, Affleck was good in it, though. I mean, they have a few minutes of Jeremy Irons as Alfred, which he was a great Alfred. They just missed opportunity. He's Alfred for like 3 minutes in like all these movies total.
Right.
But it was good, though. I think it's got to make a lot of money. It was really enjoyable.
All those movies make a shit ton of money, right?
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, some of the studio execs have been like promoting and like saying like it's the greatest superhero movie ever made. Like the most recent ones like Aquaman and The Batman with Pattinson are better than this, but it's still really good. I enjoyed it.
Oh, Robert Pattinson was Batman. Yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm. That was a good one. That was just like 7 watching that movie. No laughs
really?
At all. Yeah, it's dark.
7?
Super dark. You'd enjoy it, man. Yeah, like the Riddler is just John Doe in that movie. Some brutal shit. Mm-hmm.
I would watch that.
It's on HBO, dog.
I don't have it. I don't have home box office max.
Gotta call Preble.
Yeah,
king of boxes.
I'm gonna call Preble. I'm gonna have him write me a license to get illegal cable.
Give me one of them black boxes.
I'm just gonna start acting like Preble, because basically my all enjoyment of my life comes up plotting how I can make the people, my friends, people I hold most dear, annoyed. So I am gonna just start acting like Preble is just his role as a district attorney is to just write me licenses to do illegal shit. Preble, I wanna kill a bunch of cats. Can you just write me a license for that?
Give me my cat killing license, please.
Yeah.
I got this lawnmower and all the cats in a bag. I'm ready to go.
Listen.
I just need my permit.
Tim, for last time, I cannot give you a permit to do that. Well, it's already done, so something's got to be... you got to send me something here.
You're liable.
Yeah.
I thought you said I could kill all these cats.
Your Honor, listen. Thought I had a license.
I see nothing wrong with killing all these cats.
Right.
Okay, well, before we get out of here, let's just briefly discuss our top 3 movies that we're looking forward to the most this summer. And I can start it off. So I'll exclude The Flash and Mission Impossible since I already talked about those. The first one up for me is going to be the new Spider-Man Across the Spideyverse. So it's a sequel to Into the Spideyverse. It's like that comic book looking one.
What?
Did I say something? Oh,
no,
I
was
you were going to say something.
No, let me
your
go.
mouth open.
Yeah, not just me mouth breathing.
Like unique animation, and it feels like you're in a comic book. Really love the first one. The first one made like 385 million worldwide, and I think this one's gonna like double that. It'll probably make at least 700.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I think it'll be a good one.
Could you imagine that amount of money?
Nope. Big money.
Big money, dude. Big money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What about you, Timmy? What's your first one?
Well, I do kind of agree with your assessment, Max. I think Rafael Devers has been having an extremely bad like month here, and I have to admit this is what I was afraid of when they gave him this money, that he's going to just kind of turn out to be a mediocre player. Yeah, he's leading the AL and with 10 home runs, but he hasn't hit one in a month. And I'm just at the point where I think John Henry needs to sacrifice Chaim Bloom at first base in Fenway Park. That's kind of my feeling right now, Max.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not what I asked for, but I'll just ignore that. I'll just move into my second movie, which is going to be Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So they showed about 10 minutes of that at CinemaCon. It was just a car chase, kind of similar to the Shia LaBeouf one, so you couldn't really get much out of it. I think this is going to be like the biggest wild card of the summer for these movies. Like, Spielberg isn't directing it. Harrison Ford's like 175 years old. And then the last one sucked.
Mm-hmm.
But on the bright side, they have Nazis in it. And every odd-numbered movie in the Indiana Jones franchise has been good. And they've also included Nazis in those. So we'll see.
I don't agree with you. I wholeheartedly disagree with you. It's fucking maddening that you would say that. The worst thing about the Red Sox is not their catcher. It's not their catching battery. It's the fact that they don't have fucking starting pitching. Nick Pivetta, fucking kill Nick Pivetta dead right now. He threw a curveball so bad last night to that Valatori guy on the Blue Jays that I'm pretty sure half the crowd died when they saw it. It was that bad. It was like watching a nuclear bomb going off.
This is not what we agreed to, Tim.
I don't know. What did we agree to?
You promised me we wouldn't talk about the Red Sox.
What are you talking about?
We both agreed that we would talk about upcoming movies. You know what? Forget it.
What are you talking about?
Forget it. All right. I'm just going to go into my third movie. So it's going to be the Barbie movie. So I think this could give Mario a running for its money at the box office. Saw about 10 or 15 minutes of this one as well. Looks pretty funny. It's going to be rated PG-13, so they'll give them a little wiggle room on the humor. You know, love all the bright colors and the cinematography of it, and always enjoy seeing just like a fish out of water type of movie. So I think it'll be a good one. How about you, Tim? What's your third movie?
I'm kind of confused right now, Max. I'm more than mildly confused because I feel like it's kind of really fucked up that you haven't brought up the fact that, you know, Adam Duvall has been injured for a couple of months, and he had a red hot start with the Red Sox. And you know, as much as I think the Red Sox are a mediocre team, when Adam Duvall's in the lineup, they have a top tier offense, and I think it's mildly unfair that you've been chastising the Red Sox so much during this mini episode.
It's good to see that your ADD hasn't gone anywhere, Tim.
I don't understand what you're saying.
I wasn't paying attention.
Who are you? Who are you?
I feel like this conversation that we just had is the typical conversation that John and I have whenever we're just too drunk. It's just we're like talking to two separate walls about two separate things at the same time.
John is talking about metal and
flipper babies and walruses, and I'm just talking
hyena
about the Red
clits.
Sox.
Yeah, hyena clits, and you're talking about the Red Sox and or the newest Batman movie.
This is very accurate.
Yeah, and John is you guys. I mean, I think the most interesting part about those conversations is that you guys are having them, you know, on the opposite sides of a glory hole. Not using the glory hole, just, you know, but you just think it's a good place for two guys to meet up, which it is.
Well, that's all the movies that we're looking forward to this summer. Anything you want to say about the Red Sox before we get out of here, Tim?
I do have to admit that Barbie movie seems pretty good. I thought I saw the trailer for it. Margot Robbie's fantastic, which is very attractive. So I'm looking forward to that.
Cool.
Yep. Redbubble. Buy some stickers.
Buy some fucking stickers.
Yes.
Very coherent conversation. Good stuff. Stay tuned for commentary track we're going to be having on The Mummy. It's going to be even more coherent than just the last 15 minutes of this.
Even more coherent because I got Chinese food delivered a couple minutes ago.
Boy.
And you guys going to hear a lot of mouse sounds.
Oh, boy. Make sure those pants are loose.
Oh, dude.
We're getting some Timmy chewing sounds. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye. Bye, Bill.